Now, more dancing. This weekend, Bill Bailey, Jamie Lang, Maisie Smith and Harvey will compete in the Strictly Come Dancing final. Outrageously, our Ranvir will not be. No booing. not that we're in any way obsessed. It's so lovely to see you. But in a way, I wish I wasn't seeing you and you were there. But you did yourself proud and us. We're so proud of you.
Thank you so much. I couldn't believe how far I'd got, to be honest. But to get so close and to not make the final, it does hurt a little bit. But in the end, really, I'm glad we left on a beautiful dance.
Oh, it was gorgeous.
And I don't mean the jive, obviously, I mean the other one.
Oh, OK, well, come on, you're beating yourself up about that. But look at this, look. That is your dance. And that outfit. Do you get to keep that dress, Ranvir?
Do you know, I don't think I do. I don't know where I'd wear it again.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it?
There's nowhere to go.
There's nowhere to go. No. You can just put it on and you and your wee boy can just dance around.
Yeah, with a mask, go to the shops. I mean, yeah.
You're always going to have that. You're always going to have that.
It's incredible what you can learn, in 2 months. I mean, and I know that sounds like quite a long time, but we did lots of different dances. But to learn that you actually have something called a ballroom frame, which Anton de Beck has said that it was the best he's seen on Strictly in years. And
amazing.
Shirley had said it was something that a professional... I mean, it's incredible. Who knew?
Isn't it wonderful? Because you didn't really dance. I mean, you might dance at, like
like
when you go and see a band or something, or a wedding or something like that. But when you see that, it's quite remarkable.
Amazing.
But he was great. He brought out a lot in you, didn't he?
He did, yeah, he did.
He was good.
And he was very... he's got very high standards, as Giovanni, and he's all about perfecting. So he, he wants you to be as good as you possibly can. And, I was a bit sort of like, he was like, shoulder down, pull your shoulder down. And it's actually quite physically challenging to hold that position for that long. You have to be in a lot of discomfort. It's very, it doesn't look like it, that's the point.
Yeah. You've got to make it look easy.
You've got to make it look easy.
Yeah.
And in order to do that, it takes hours of just... Your shoulder's got to be down by an inch. You've got to constantly pull it down. And so that's how he was. He was just like, that's not good enough.
Right.
That's not good enough for hours and hours and hours.
But you would respond to that, I did
really respond to it. Yeah, I did respond to it.
Because you want to be the best that you can possibly be.
Yeah. So it was sort of... I mean, if it was up to me, I would have had a tea break every 20 minutes. But he was in charge, so we didn't have a tea break every 20 minutes. Instead, I just practiced.
Well, you did. And the thing was, you were doing your job, your day job, as well as doing that. And there's a lot of people that were able just to concentrate on the dance.
Well, I think everybody else largely is, And I think in the end, maybe a little bit of tiredness definitely crept up on me. And Giovanni, if he was here, would say that in the sense that my energy levels definitely started to reduce a little bit towards the end.
Hardly surprising.
Yeah, I think it's just a build-up of sort of a lack of sleep and working, and then obviously I've got a son to go home to, so I couldn't really train till 10 p.m. because I needed to go home. That's my job. My main job is being a mum, and so it's a lot of juggling. But it was amazing to do, Lorraine.
It was fantastic. It was just great to see you, because it's like I keep saying, you're what the show's about. Somebody that can't do it or doesn't know they can, but has never tried, and then wow. You just watched them go. It was brilliant. And you know what? It was exactly what we needed. It really was. You lifted everyone's spirits.
Oh, thank you.
You really did. It was absolutely brilliant. I know the reaction's been amazing, hasn't it?
I mean, so many lovely, lovely messages, even last night. And I have to say that... Well, can we stop playing this, please?
Can we show the other one?
Trauma,
can we show the other one?
Do you know, Lorraine, I did say my friend actually came to the show and I said to her, mate, not in 20 years would I dress like this on a fancy dress party for 12 of my best friends in private. I would never dance like that. I would never wear that. In private, I would never do it. In front of 11 million people. I mean, what was I thinking, honestly?
Oh, but it's so lovely to see that the rest of the world can see what we know, is, how lovely you are. And also, it was great to see you growing in confidence.
Yeah.
The right confidence, The
inner confidence. Well, it was interesting, as I was just saying, loads of women... in particular, even last night, just the messages are so beautiful. Just, you've made me feel braver, I feel inspired, I want to do something more for me. I realise that, you can be confident in one part of your life but completely insecure in another part of your life. And I think that inner conflict that women have of appearing to be holding it together in one place and then you're exposed in another way, and all of a sudden, all your insecurities are just totally on the surface. And we avoid that situation. I've avoided that situation for years. And all of a sudden, in Strictly, for some reason, being in a training room with somebody like that all for hours and hours.
You're very close, as we said before.
Yeah.
It is groin to groin, almost.
Yeah,
at times.
Well, I mean, yes.
In a very professional professional way. Thank you. In a very professional way. Because you two will be pals. You know what it's like. Everybody would love to see you two get together. You're both single. You know, it would be nice and everybody wants that romance. But you're good mates. You will, you know, there's a bond there that will always last.
There is, and I think it's just because, you know, he had to find out a lot about me that went beyond just me learning a routine.
Yeah.
And vice versa, really. You know, I found out a lot about him because there was a point where the way he wanted to teach me was making me feel sort of like, I just thought, oh, gosh, I don't think I can do this. And then he, bless his heart, sort of softened his teaching methods for me, sort of less stick, more carrot. And it really, really... And then I think that, you know, then I just was like, OK, I can do this. Like, so it was so kind.
That's really interesting, isn't it? You've got to get that trust in
that
relationship.
And it was lovely. And it was so kind of him to change his teaching methods in order to make me feel more comfortable. And I think that I have enormous respect for him. And he's driven himself so hard since he was very young. And I think that's what you realise when you go into the dance world, that these dancers put themselves through enormous physical pain. And kind of, you know, it's quite lonely life. You know, they leave their families, you know, they travel around the world, and they do it because they're so passionate about dance alone. And I think it's quite inspiring to be around somebody who is that singular about their passion, actually. And so I really...
And so good at it. That's
so good at it,
That's the thing about them. They do, and you did it as well, that thing of making it look as if it's easy. You know, it's like effortless glamour and effortless elegance.
And the funny thing is, I think maybe two things I've realised in these last couple of days is that the Latin dances do take a lot more body confidence than ballroom. As in, you are definitely going, hey, look at me. You know, look at me bounce, look at me this. And I'm not there yet. You know, in myself, like, I realised the thing that was holding me back was the fact that I just felt embarrassed.
See, that,
I just felt embarrassed.
Whereas,
because it's like there's nobody else to look at. You're just going, yes, just look at me. Whereas in ballroom, there's like, it's very difficult, but you have to make it look easy.
Yes.
Right? But the second thing is that you are going, look at us. So you feel, so I think for me internally, it was kind of like, I could mould myself into that more because it was like, it's me and him. So people are looking at both of us at the same time.
Right.
So it was kind of quite an interesting thing for me to realise what was holding me back on the Latin.
No, I get that. I get that completely. And do you know what? It could go to anyone, couldn't it? Any of those at the weekend. I mean, there we are. I must admit, I would really love to see Bill doing it.
Well, I saw Bill on It Takes Two on Monday.
I mean, they're all great.
And they're all, I mean, anybody could win. And actually, you'd be joyful for anybody to win.
Of course
They've all worked so hard.
Of course it would.
But I saw Bill and, you know, I did say to him, I said, come on, you've got to do it for us oldies now. Because if I'd won it, I would have been the oldest. And if Bill wins it, he'd be the oldest ever to have won it. And he, you know, he talks about narcolepsy of the toes, like his toes have lost all feeling, as have mine.
Oh, I saw your wee toes.
Oh, my goodness.
Are they still in a state?
Well, one of them's in a big bandage still, but it's just because they get cut up by all the Latin shoes. But, you know, I have to say, he works so interestingly, does Bill, and his body, for what he's done with his body.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, he's fantastic. Well, we'll be watching.
Yeah.
We will be watching.
I'll be there,
You'll be there because you're going to do
a group number.
Yeah,
we've been rehearsing a group number.
And next week, great news, we're going to be swapping chairs. You're going to be here, which is fabulous. Thank you.
No, thank you. I am so excited.
It'll be great. You'll be brilliant on the show. You'll be fantastic.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week.
Tuesday, Wednesday next week. I shall be at home with a cup of tea.
Will you?
Watching my Ranvir, you betcha.
I better not mess it up then, I don't tell me the boss is watching.
As if you would. Thank you for being so brilliant on Strictly and just making us smile, making us cry sometimes as well, because it was very emotional. And it was just, you're just brilliant. You're brilliant.
Lorraine, you're so supportive and you always have been. Thank you so much.
Great to see you, and I'm looking forward to next week.
Thank you. Enjoy your break.
Right after. Don't forget, you can watch full episodes of Lorraine on the ITV Hub and all the best clips, compilations and playlists right here on our channel. Just subscribe now and you'll never miss an upload. Click here to watch another video similar to this one, or click here to head to our channel's homepage to explore all of our exciting videos.